Hey there. I sure get to see a whole lot of new things traveling with you. I gotta say, I'd love to watch Silence try and wrap his head around this, teapot of yours. If you're asking whether it's a comfortable place to stay, I mean, sure, of course it is. But, I couldn't really see myself living here for the long term. Sorry. No, nothing's wrong at all. Everything's great. Very charming. It's just that I'm more used to camping out in the wilds. I'm sure you know by now, back where I'm from, not a day goes by without something to watch out for. Like giant machines running around all over the place, or hostile tribes that always seem to have it out for you, or evil machines bent on global extinction. To go from a life like that to something so safe, it'll take me some time to adjust, that's all. Hey there. I gotta say, if you're asking whether, but I couldn't really see myself living here for the long term. Yes, don't get me wrong, this is a nice place, but I need to get out. If I stick around here too long, my bowstring's gonna snap. Next time we head out, I want you to give me the full story on these ruin guards I hear you talking about. They sound like my kind of prey. Aim for the glowing part, right? That, plus after you defeat them, you can salvage their components. Strange components, sure, and probably not the kind I could use to modify my gear. Still, they've gotta have their uses, I guess. Hey there. I gotta say... Sure. Something new to share with me? You know, I've heard a lot of stories about you since arriving in this world. For example, the time that you helped the knights from Mondstadt to defeat a dragon. And the time that you teamed up with the Adepti in Liyue to defeat an ancient god from the ocean. Gods and dragons. Can't believe they really exist here. But whatever the crisis may be, you always step forward and join up with those who want to fight back, don't you? It's because of people like you that both cities were able to survive and prevail. If that's what you call a small contribution, I think it might take saving the whole world to count as a major one. Seriously though, if the world ever does need saving, bring me with you. I've saved a world once before. I might be able to give you some pointers. Yeah, that's right. Trying to save the world when you can't stop thinking about food is pretty tough. The end of the world deserves your full, undivided attention. Seriously, though, trying to save the world is exhausting, especially when you're not even sure who's trying to end it. The worst part is, once you find out who's responsible, they're always so full of themselves, making out like you're the one in the wrong. You can't reason with them. It always comes down to a fight. I guess that's just the way it is. Hey there. I gotta say... Sure. You know, I've heard, for example, and the time that gods and dragons. But whatever the crisis, it's because of people like you that both... If that's what you... Seriously though, I've saved a world once before. I might be able to give you some pointers. Maybe. But sometimes you need to take the world on your shoulders in order to save it. Seriously though, trying to save the world is exhausting, especially when you're not even sure who's trying to end it. The worst part is, once you find out, you can't reason with them. Hey there. I gotta say... Of course. I want to go out exploring with you again. Visit new places, see new things. On that note, I've been meaning to ask you something. When we've been out on the hunt in the past, I've noticed you've actually got an edge over me. How did you learn to hunt like you do? Or rather, Who taught you? And modest about it, too. So I guess you started out with natural talent and then worked at it relentlessly. Plus, you go on all these adventures to hone your skills. That's what really shaped you into who you are today. A lot like me, I guess. I started out okay, and Rost really trained me up. He was a great hunter, and an even better man. I hope he'd be proud of who I am today. Thanks. But to be honest, the only reason I started training in the first place was to win the proving and get a boon from the matriarchs. I wanted to know who my parents were. Back then, I never thought I'd be uniting everyone against an evil machine and its army. In fact, I probably would have found the idea of everyone uniting together even more far-fetched than the part about the evil machine. Yeah, but I actually kind of like that feeling of not knowing. Going out into the world, exploring the unknown, embracing new challenges, that's what I'm used to. But didn't you tell me before that you aren't from this world? You came here as a traveler too, didn't you? And you ended up staying to look for your missing sibling, correct? Don't worry. As long as she is still in this world, the two of you will meet again. That's if I have a say in the matter. As a fellow Outlander, I won't let you do this alone. I'll be ready to help whenever you need me. Wherever the hunt leads, I won't turn you down. In the meantime, when you have a moment, tell me more of what you know about this world. Starting with hilly churls, abyss mages, and geovishap hatchlings. I still don't know where any of their weak spots are. Hey there. I sure get to see a whole lot of new things traveling with you. I gotta say... Of course. On that note, how did you learn to hunt like you do? Plus, you go a lot like me, I guess. I started out he was a great I hope he'd be proud of who I am today. Thanks. Back then, in fact, I probably would have found the idea of everyone uniting together even more far-fetched than the part about the evil machine. If you ever do have the chance, you should take it. My world has its troubles, but it's worth seeing. And worth saving. But didn't you tell me before that you aren't from this world? And you ended up staying to look for your missing sibling, correct? Don't worry. That's if I have a say. I'll be ready to help wherever the hunt leads. In the meantime, starting with hilly churls,